Good morning, everyone. Today we'll give our presentation on the case study Communication Challenges at UWO. Vani, Ashish, Frederick, and I make up our group. Let me give you a quick overview of UWO. Located about 2 hours southwest of Toronto in London, Ontario, Canada, the University of Western Ontario was one of the country's most reputable post-secondary institutions. It was founded in 1878 by Isaac Helmuth and was operated as a church university for 30 years before the City of London took financial responsibility for the school and made it secular university. In the 125 years since its founding, UWO has grown to a size of a small town covering 155 hectares of land and accommodating more than 30,000 full-time students who attended the school 8 months of the year. The university had an excellent reputation for its professional programs as well as which includes medicine, dentistry, law, and business. Now let's get some introduction about the university staff. Malcolm Ruddock, the newly hired Director of Communication for the University of Western Ontario, has worked in London previously in the communication field for 9 years and for 4 years previously in Alberta. After joining UWO, he was going through the presentation by senior university officials, which highlighted the result of an intensive investigation into how well UWO's administration communicated with the university's faculty and staff. The results of the study were fairly positive, but Ruddock had just been given a copy of Faculty Times newsletter, and he was surprised by the negative articles that had been written about the study by faculty members. It was Ruddock's responsibility to take the results of the research and develop a formal communication plan for the university, one that would be foster better relation between the administration and employees. Now let me hand over it to my one of the group member Vani, and she'll brief you about the next slides.
And the impact of the communication challenges, let's see the first problem, which is various modes of communication. Administration at the university did not have one primary mode of communication of getting information out of employees, but used a number of both formal and informal channels. Formal channels of communication included the Western News, a weekly newspaper publication, and the UWO website, and the formal meetings with the faculty and staff. The second problem is related to the size and complexity of the university, which made effective communication between the administration and the employees very challenging. Each of the faculties, departments, and bargaining units had unique missions, which was meant to complement the overall vision and mission of UWO. The administration recognized the challenge of unifying these diverse missions into a mutually recognized vision. In addition, the university culture made communications difficult because of the diversity of its employees. The third problem is due to the major changes that had been taken place in the post-secondary education in Ontario. The province has recently eliminated the last year of high school grade 13. Consequently, Ontario universities faced double cohort of students in 2003. Students who have attended grade 13 were applying to university as were their peers in grade 12, who, having no grade of 13 to move on to, could also apply for university study. UW had to prepare itself quickly to deal effectively with the challenges this larger, where larger enrollment means larger class sizes, and often faculty were less content. And the common problems were partly due to salary problems inherent to a decade of meager government spending on post-secondary education. UW's faculty had also recently unionized. Relationship between the union and the administration were tense as a result of narrowly avoided strike. Let's see the impact which was caused due to the problem. The first one will be the employee satisfaction. Employee satisfaction was an important component of the employer-employee relationship, and effective communication has a significant impact on it. Because of the large number and diversity of staff, the wide range of research and teaching interests, and the time-sensitive nature of some material, good communication was even more important in a university setting. Relationship between employer and employee. Western needed to build a more organized employee communication plan to show current and prospective teachers that the school was committed to enhancing its relationships with its stakeholders and was an employer of choice in the educational sector. Maintaining a positive employer-employee connection can be crucial to organizations' long-term performance with positive outcomes. Employees will be more productive, efficient, produce less conflict, and be more loyal if there is a good relationship in place. The next will be proper mode of communication. Choosing the ideal communication medium or channels is critical for any organization. When picking between different sorts of communication channels, it is needed to keep a note that different types of information associate different communication methods. Communication is a crucial component of any successful business or an organization. It lays the groundwork for a productive workplace, and effectively utilizing the appropriate communication channels leads into effective work. Difference of opinion between the employees. Employees don't always get along, whether it's due to the personality clashes, the lifestyle, different viewpoints, or some other aspect. And where there's a clash at work, it impacts everyone. The resulting tension not only makes the workplace unpleasant, but it also has a determinal influence on the organizational productivity. The next slide will talk about the GPC research study. The university decided to use an external agency to study communications at UWO because of time constraints, limited expertise in the subject area, and the desire to bring in an objective opinion. University hired GPC Research to conduct a comprehensive review of employee communications at the university. GPC conducted a three-party study consisting of focus group research with various faculty and staff groups at Western, an employee survey available to all staff and faculty members, and an audit of best practices at peer university. A total of 10 focus group sessions were conducted. Each session has representatives from one particular employee group on campus. Deans and associate deans from every faculty union as well as a staff union has to be attended. Once the focus groups were complete, findings were compiled and common themes were incorporated to develop an employee questionnaire. The final aspect of GPC's research into communication at Western was a best practice audit of several similar institutions. The purpose of the audit was to compare UWO's current communication practices at the other organizations. The 7 organizations interviewed were McGill University, Queen's University, the University of British Columbia, the University of Calgary, 3M Canada, Ellisdown, and the London Health Services Centre.
Thank you, Vani. Now, the result of this research indicates that the majority of employees consider that it is important that employees contribute to the success of a new communication program. This belief is considerably higher among staff members than among faculty members. These findings indicates that there is an opportunity to leverage the recognition among the majority of employees that their contribution to a new communication program is important to its success. Efforts will, however, need to be expended in overcoming employees' apathy and to ensuring that employees actively contribute to making a new communication program work effectively. This research has identified that individuals or group of people from whom employees would like to receive more information and to whom employees expect to provide inputs on various topics and issues of interest to Western employees. Leaders and managers within the university from whom employees would like to receive more information includes supervisors, leader of employee association and union, university of vice president, deans or associate deans and the university president. It is also recommended that roles and responsibilities for each individual or group are identified in a new employee communication program, taking into account a tendency for employees who look to provide input to and obtain information from different group of people depending on the topic areas. This research has identified a number of publications and resources from which employees would most likely to access information. Prominent among these are Western News, the University of Western Ontario homepage, and departmental newsletters. I'll hand over to my another partner. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivani. Now let's look how to make this solutions more effective, and let's discuss about measures and milestones in that. Like as we all know that communication plays a major role in every project, a regular stand-up will help to track the individual progress of the employees. So here there should be some organized way to reach out to the senior level employees as to discuss and to exchange opinions and suggestions to know about the views and to be more open towards the change. The employees who are keen to receive information should often contact other employees or ask more questions while the meetings are going on, just because more knowledge is equivalent to more sound decisions, and it can give the whole phenomena proper direction, which when implemented can bring efficacy to the plan. In a new employee communication program, it is also advised that roles and duties for each individual or group be established, considering the tendency for employees to seek feedback from and acquire information from various groups of individuals depending on the topic area. Employees must recognize that workplace flexibility entails more than just giving employees flexible schedules or allowing them to work from home or on certain days. Flexibility, according to students, authors, comprises a wide range of work arrangements, including the following: arrival and departure times are flexible, work from home full time, or choose your own location.
Thank you, Ashish. Uh, and this is Frederick here, and I'm talking about the tools and the techniques applied in this applied in this communications plan. The first tool we have is the communication matrix. It is used to describe the flow of communications in a project. It helps to show who communicates with whom and what tool they might use to communicate with. For the communications plan, the communication matrix is used to aid the university board and the employees in determining the information that is needed and the various channels that can be applied to deliver the information. Next, we're going to talk about the RACI matrix. This is used to allocate tasks in a project, where R stands for responsible, A stands for accountable, C stands for consulted, and I stands for informed. For the communications plan, the RACI matrix is used to allocate tasks to each role. All parties are aware. All parties are aware of their roles and tasks. This helps to identify who is tasked with what activity. Next, we're going to be talking about the stakeholder requirement matrix. This tool is used to help identify and define the requirements of the stakeholders involved in a project. Using this tool, the needs of each party are clearly defined. This tool helps to maintain focus on the requirements needed to make the communication plan a success. Next up, we're going to be talking about the circle of a communication chart. The circle of communication is a communication tool that can be used to identify and document the various teams and roles involved in an organization. It shows the communication flow of the university involving the administration and the employees. The director of communications will be in the center of all communications involving the formal and the final communication. Next we have the organizational structure. This diagram represents the organizational structure of the university. It's a tool that helps to identify who is working on the project and their roles. For the communications plan, it is used to help inform current and new employees of the various roles and their positions in the organizational structure of the university. Next up, we have the conclusion. So it was concluded that due to the diversity of the employees, the one-size-fits-all solution would not be viable. Next, for this communications plan to be a success, cooperation and involvement of all employee groups will be required. Thank you for listening. Any questions?